name is Ruckus. Thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe, and share. 10-8. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome aboard. I've got LA back with me. Hey Jamie, Miss Thang, Indy Pam, Jill Moser, how are you, dear? Jillian, what's going on? Jinxie, of course. JQ, what's up, my Air Force brother? Prof, how are you, sir? Danger Dave, Roshide. Anybody who's anybody's in here. Mayo Monkey, what's going on? Let me bring in the star of the show so he doesn't holler at me for making him wait in the back. Let me bring LA in here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you?
Lynn, how are you? Thought I was wrong, just mistaken. Hey, what's going on? Lisa,
That's a hell of a
Jerry.
name.
Huh?
That's a hell of a name. Thought I was wrong, just
Yeah.
mistaken.
There's some good ones. There's some good ones. We got Mr. Steve in the house. He's
Steve.
he's he's lurking to see how pros do it right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me get you off of here then. He said pros. Let me cut you out.
Here we go.
Yeah, we don't need that. I don't know if
Steven,
you guys have watched Steve's past couple lives, but he just got back from Texas working on the Amber Crumb deal. And man, good stuff. The two girls that work with him, their sisters, are fantastic. They did a great job. And it was all because of, good people like you guys out there donating that allows him to do this kind of stuff. It's fantastic. And it's not cheap either to do that.
mm-mm.
Hey, Lee. So how you doing, LA?
I'm great. People don't know that Steve and Ruckus been teaming up against me, putting like little memes up about me, like making little things about me.
Who?
So Steve and Ruckus, I told Steve two old men teaming up on a young man is not nice.
No, sir. Steve had nothing to do with any of it. I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking about. I did
I
all that
know.
myself.
No, sir, you can't make a damn meme to save your life.
What are you
But it's
talking
fine.
about, dude? I'm a professional. I'm a
It's fine.
pro.
I
I'm
know.
a pro. Prophylactic.
I know.
But that's all
Stupid.
right. That's all right. Haters gonna hate, man. Haters gonna
Uh,
hate. And I've been noticing. Hey, Frank Meister, what's going on, man? I,
Grizz,
I
get out of here, Grizz.
oh, Grizz up in here.
Yeah, Grizz, get out of here till you give us your number.
Hey, Grizz, I got you clipped saying you're gonna beat me with one arm, and just in case you try and delete that, I screen recorded it too. So you're gonna have to beat me with one arm, dude. I ain't brand new. I know how to screen record. Yeah, he's talking shit saying he's gonna beat my ass with one arm in golf. Got me fucked up. Got me
you gonna t-
fucked up.
are you gonna tie his
Primezilla,
hand
how are
behind?
you?
You gonna tie
Huh?
his hand behind his back? How you gonna do it? You gonna make
Dude, he
sure
keeps
he?
calling me no arms because I have my shoulders replaced. Jordan, how are you, sir? Any of you guys that don't know Jordan, Jordan's done a lot of great work for me behind the scenes with cases. He has his own firm, and I'm going to put that information in my community section. I just wanted to check with him first. If you need something done, Jordan's your man. He's
Uh,
fantastic, and he's quick too, man.
and
You
my
don't have to wait forever for Freedom of Information Act information. So anything you need to know about anybody in Indiana, particularly, he's the man.
yeah,
He's the man.
my first show back tonight, folks, is tonight. It's gonna be on Daniel Penny, the guy who choked out the homeless guy on the subway in New York. So that's gonna be my first show back on a platform after about a week. So it should be interesting. I think people gonna really find it. Me and Ruckus take on it. I don't think y'all really get what we gonna say. Like I don't think y'all would guess how we feel about it because we feel the same way. It's amazing. We feel the same way about it, and we just talked about it a little bit before the show. So I don't think
Yeah, it's
people really
amazing.
understand. Yeah, and our take on it is pretty different than what I think people would think we would be. So get ready tonight at 8 o'clock.
For you guys that aren't
Mm.
familiar with it, that's there was a young black man that got choked out and killed on a subway. He was a Michael Jackson impersonator, a homeless person, and he got
They,
choked out by a former Marine. and he actually ended up dying from his injuries. So
Hmm.
we're going to talk a little bit about that, about the mob justice and all that, how people get together, and it's crazy. It's you think it's 2023, right, L.A., that this shit
Dude,
wouldn't happen.
and it still happens. And it's
Yeah,
been going on for centuries, man, centuries, and they still letting it happen. And
yeah,
that's the point. That's the point I have with it. Just you want to do it. But we'll get into it tonight. I don't want to ruin it for everybody.
yeah. Now, just to touch right back on everything, when Steve went to Texas, he went with Chris from the mob crew as well. So he put out some videos as well. And he also tried to kill Steve. He also tried, Chris can't drive.
Oh
So,
goodness.
yeah, he ran Steve over. So,
Oh my
all
goodness.
right, Jordan, I will surely share your information. I just wanted to check with you. I know some people are iffy about that stuff.
Like Grizz.
Boston. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn Grizz. Grizz, we gonna
uh,
find your ass.
I love Grizz, man. Grizz is good people.
Yeah.
He's good people. You know, with the shit that's going around right now, there's so much shit flying about the Delphi case. And Grizz and Prof and some other people, they could tell you it gets crazy, man. It gets crazy. Thank you, Yvonne. How are you, man? Uh, it gets crazy. People lose their fucking minds. Mac Pigeon, what's shaking? Hi, Kay. Kay, I owe you one. Kay gave me a super sticker for $20, and I totally missed it. I got so enthralled with the chat and trying to keep up with things, I totally missed it.
I don't
But
know
Kay
how when
gave
I
me a
told you.
$20 super sticker, and that was awesome, Kay.
I
I
told
really
you about it.
appreciate it. You're a sweetheart.
I let you know about it. What are you talking about on the show?
Yeah, you said it. When I watched the replay, that's when I realized it.
Hey Mel.
Listen to Grizz, I'm here. What you mean?
No, no, sir. No,
What you mean?
sir.
Now he's flexing. I love that guy.
Grizz, we haven't even seen your face, sir. I'm starting to think you won it by somebody.
I'll tell you what, he should be wanted by some record company, man. That dude's got some skills.
He made everybody intros in here.
Yeah, he did a good job. He even did mine. I had the intro, but he put the voiceover on for me. And he did it. I just explained to him for 2 seconds, and he bang, nailed it. What up, Mel? Yeah, Grizz is a great guy.
No,
We
he's
love
really
busting
good.
his chops, but he gets me back, Steve. He gets me back. That's for damn sure. You should see the shit he puts in
He
my
time him
Discord.
out. Grizz time Ruckus out every time he get a chance on his lives. How many times he timed you out? About the first time he
Dude, I
timed you
couldn't
out about
even
10
type
times.
anything. As soon
He
as I
timed you
typed
out.
one letter, I got timed out. They thought it was hilarious. SRB, Jinx, Grizz. Grizz thought that was funny as shit. I'm doing great, Yvonne. I'm doing great. Feel a lot better than I did yesterday, that's for sure.
I
A
damn
lot
sure
better than I
don't.
did yesterday.
I don't know. I think Ruckus gave me whatever he had from Florida to Philly. Man, because yesterday we talked and Ruckus was like, "Man, you sound terrible." I was like, "Thank you, you bastard."
Well, you look like shit.
Yeah, man. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling a little bit better today, but yesterday I was going through it.
Jordan, you
It
are
was
right. People got too much time on their hands. This is the internet. I've said that more than once.
Mhm.
This is the internet. So, the whole doxing thing and questioning thing and over a difference of opinion cracks me up. Cracks me up to no end. And what
Too much,
about you?
too much time
You
on your
told
hands.
me that somebody called you a
What-
derogatory name right in your damn
Oh
comments.
yeah. Well, no, I've been called a coon before. Well, they used to call me an Uncle Tom. Laughing a little too hard, sir. So when I was working, when I was working, all right, during the
Hi,
riots,
Sandy.
some of the younger, you got me talking about this. Steve told me don't talk about black and white. You know, Steve get on me. Steve, I did good. I did about 3 streams when I ain't mentioned, well, 1 stream when I ain't mentioned white folks. So Steve told me not to mention white people on my streams. So I did it, Steve. 1 stream I did on. 1 stream I almost did it. Ruckus was there. I almost did good. But then I started, but I had to say something about old white people, and that just threw me off.
And they
And I
lost
said,
their minds.
yeah, I said, damn it, Steve gonna kill me. But
Yeah.
yeah. So they called me Uncle Tom, and I said, well, do your dumb ass realize what Uncle Tom is? Uncle Tom is the hero, you fucking mook. And I
Did
said,
you call him a
Sambo.
cracker? Did you call him a cracker?
No, I called him a mook, but I
Oh.
said Sambo was the person who was kissing his ass. I'm like, you got to get it right. Read a fucking book once in a while. But
Grizz said Popo is so nosy. See how
that's
he's
a
playing
fact.
us now?
Oh, we gonna find you. We gonna find out who you really. Grizz is the only person me and Ruckus decided we want to actually know, get their phone number.
Yeah.
Ruckus
Misunderstood
took.
says she's gonna lasso him. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you get him,
listen,
hold him for me.
your Ruckus, didn't you tell him? You said, Grizz, don't speak to me till you give me a number.
Yeah, dude, I gave him my phone number again in the DM, and he's still bucking, man.
I gave him my number about 10 times. I said, Grizz, we not doing no more business
Yeah,
unless you call me
that fucker will give you his cash app right quick though, won't
real quick. I should trace it back. Matter of fact, we already got the private investigator here. We need you to trace that fucking cash app back to a number because we gonna
Yeah,
pop up. We gonna call it. We gonna play on his phone.
yeah,
Grizz, we
Justin,
know
I'm gonna
this
get
you.
with you. This is gonna be a big paying job. We gotta find out who Grizz is.
Yeah,
We
we know
gotta
that's you, Grizz. We gonna
gotta
call him.
trace back.
We want his number just to call him and hang up on him, just to fucking play with his phone.
Steve, at least Ruckus's mods haven't banned me. No, nobody's gonna mess with you, Steve.
Yo, Steve, that
You're
was
the
a
man.
mistake. You went in there, you start talking about Mama, Steve. I got it straightened out. You know, Mama, the matriarch of the chat.
That
You
was
can't
so
go in there.
funny. That
You
was
went in
so
there.
funny.
Hold on, Steve. Y'all time Mama out on your show. What are you talking about? Y'all banned poor Mama.
Mama got banned.
Yeah, that's how it started. Steve, they banned Mama from his show.
She's about 100 years old, isn't she?
Man, they ain't give a fuck. They got her up out of there.
Hey, what kind of tea you drinking, you little sissy motherfucker? What are you drinking?
I got a little.
Chamomile? You drinking some chamomile?
I got
What, you got a
whiskey in
yeast
there.
infection?
Yeah, I got whiskey. Is that what chamomile tea for? I pour this shit
I
out.
don't know. I pulled
I
that out.
hate tea. I hate tea with a passion, man. Only
Why
time
are
I
you
drink it is
drinking it?
because that's the only thing you can drink when you feel like crap.
Oh, is there honey in it?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm a real man. Honey and
Yeah,
whiskey.
yeah, yeah. You're stupid, is what you are. You put honey in whiskey?
On the tea, yeah.
You got that one kind of honey. I forgot. You got that.
Oh shit, no, I didn't pour that in there. I didn't think about it.
You got that get hot honey.
Yeah, I should do it, shouldn't I? That'd be an interesting show tonight.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't. Ain't nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. No, I ain't pour that honey in.
But I told Grizz he was acting like a CI.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny.
Yeah,
Somebody just gave me a
Grizzly.
thumbs down. Grizz, if that was you, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be
Yeah, it would
hilarious?
be.
That
It'd
was
be
him.
hilarious. It would be
Give
great.
you a motherfucking thumbs down on your show.
Right. Right. Exactly. All right. The topic tonight. Now that we've got all that stupidness out of the way.
Anthony Shots. That's his real name?
No. 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 Oh, look. See, Jordan said, "Send me what you got." I'll get with you, Jordan. See
Oh, we
that,
got his
Grizz? We
cash app.
got your ass.
Yeah, yeah, we got his cash app. Don't worry about that.
Yes, I did see that stream, Yvonne. It was excellent. Excellent. Fig is awesome. He's a good interviewer. He's a good guy. He's very knowledgeable, and he finds things that nobody else can find. I just got another thumbs down. Son of a. Oh, here we go. Challenge accepted. That's your ass, Chris. That's your ass. Sharon said chai tea. Okay, now this dude that I got in the picture here, right? His name's Kegan Kline.
He's a fat fuck, ain't he?
He is a fat fuck and he's disgusting. He's a
He look like
disgusting
somebody
pig.
you won't have around anybody.
Yeah, he's a pervert,
Now, is
right?
this the guy that wife Lilith was fucking?
This is the one she was visiting in jail.
She's a nasty hoe.
Yeah, I don't think they was fucking. That's kind of hard to do over a video.
Well, this she's a nasty son of a bitch. She fucking with this fat, disgusting, no neck bastard.
Now, well, here's the thing though. Was she getting close to him to find something out, or was she
I
getting
don't.
close to
That's
him
still
to
disgusting.
interject herself into the case?
I don't.
What do you
Um,
think? You think she's a bar bunny, or she had some
no,
ulterior motives?
she wanted to interject herself into the case.
Okay.
I yeah. Even from the last time when she came on the stream. And wife Lilith, this is all me. This not Ruckus. He want to interview you again. I don't give a damn if I never hear your name again in my life, to be honest with you. But yeah, from the impression that you gave me the last time, you just the stuff you were even typing in the chat, you seem like you one dishonest person, and that's just coming from the few words you put. But Ruckus asked you something point blank, and you lied, and you lied about two different times. I didn't call you out on it, but Ruckus and I, after the chat, we both said the same thing at the exact same time because we're
Okay, I'll
trained
message you.
investigators.
I looked after I rewatched it and I heard L.A.
Damn,
say that you
okay.
gave a super chat. I looked at it and it said 20, but I'll look at it again. I may be wrong, but either way, $20,
That
$50. You're
was
very
that
generous.
was
You always have been.
$49 too much, Kay. What the fuck? You should have sent him $1.
No, Kay's nice. Why you? I don't know why you messing with Kay, man. Kay's a good
Yeah,
girl.
but you was dishonest with a bunch of a couple things you said on the last stream. So it leads me to believe that you just want to feel important. And if that's so, you're a disgusting human being. If that's so,
Yeah,
um,
the PCA for this guy, right? Now let me just give you a quick rundown. Okay, here's what this guy did. He created an online persona called Anthony Shots.
called fat fuck.
Nope, called Anthony Shots because fat fuck isn't gonna work.
Okay,
And he put a few picture of a known male model who, as it turns out, he's now a police officer in Alaska. But a good-looking kid, 6 pack and all that. But
it must
that's
be
who
me.
he portrayed to be. He was perpetrating like he was that guy.
Was it me?
But he was only talking to young underage girls with this account.
That's fucked up, man.
And making it like he had all these Maseratis, Lamborghinis, he had money, all that stuff. And
Piece
while
of
I'm
shit.
talking here, guys, I'm going to zip to the chat. If you have anything important, put it in
I
caps or something so I can
I'll
see
keep
it.
an eye on. I keep an eye on it for you. Don't
All
worry
right,
about it.
thanks.
Finish telling me yo about no neck.
Yeah,
Like his
so,
like his neck stink. Don't he like his neck stink?
oh,
You know
you
you got
know it
the
stink.
you see them people who got crust all underneath their neck and shit. You know that when he probably walk past somebody, you see, ooh,
Hi,
wee.
ATS. Thank you for coming. ATS has an awesome channel, too. Her channel rocks.
Neck probably
Um,
smell like old baby diapers.
I go to ATS when I want the facts, and she gets things quick, and she vets them first. She doesn't put out any bullshit. She's really cool. So if you guys haven't checked her out, you need to check out ATS News. She's really, really cool. You guys will fall in love with her. I know I did right away. But so he creates this account, right? So he's on Snapchat, Kick, you name it. He's on all those things. I'm not real hip to all those social media shits, but
I bet
he,
you're
he
not saying hip.
but he's on all the yeah. He's on all the and you're such a dick, man. Why can't you let me just say something?
I'm not hip to all that. Yeah, you saying hip. I know you're not.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm getting back in the YouTube stream thing, man. I've been going for a week, so I'm rusty. Keep going with the boring ass story about old stinky
Okay.
neck.
Okay. So he's reaching out to these young girls and he's soliciting um, nude pictures,
Piece
um,
of shit.
a bunch of vile things, a
Ugh.
bunch of vile things, getting girls to do things to themselves, video
Ugh.
and stuff like that. So he has a Dropbox that he creates and he's sharing this information with other people,
Other
right?
perverts, huh?
Yeah. Now,
They all need to be locked up.
just like us people in YouTube, you know how we all group together? I mean, the true crime community is huge, but we're a small group, right, that know
Yeah.
each other. Well, pedos do the same thing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
That's
they,
why they
they do
always
the
get
same
caught.
thing. So he met some other pedos, and what they would do is he created a female account, okay? And
K.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right, I'll check it,
okay.
Kay. I'll check it, hun. You may be right. I just looked at it real quick because I felt bad. I wanted to get it out, but I'll adjust it on my community page as well. So this guy's he's gathering all this CSAM, okay, and he's talking to a few girls in particular, and one of them is one of the girls who got murdered in Delphi. He was
Mhm.
talking to her on that account, and he was grooming her, obviously, because that's what they do. You know that. So the day of that account spoke to one of the girls, spoke to Libby on that account about being at the bridge, coming to the bridge. So the girls, there's no doubt in my mind, they were lured there by
Mhm.
him or whoever was using that account. Hi, Alice James. How are you? By whoever's using that account. What up, Locksmith? So then they end up murdered, right?
Yes.
And they find Libby's phone. So of course they're able to go through that and see who she spoke to and all of her social media accounts. So they immediately got on to this Anthony Shots guy. And
Oh
it
no,
didn't
man.
take them long to figure out who created that account. This piece of shit Kegan Kline did. But guess what happened right after the murders? Him and his dad jump in the car and they go to Vegas for almost a week or for over a week. But when
Oh.
they got back, well, a couple days, I guess I can't remember the exact time frame. But when they got back, um, law enforcement was at his house with a search warrant, and they went through his house and they took all of his devices. Right.
I bet.
So right when he got home and he sees all these law enforcement there, know what he says out of his mouth? I'm
I'm a fat.
fucked.
I was
I'm
about to say I'm
fucked.
a fat fuck. Go
No,
ahead.
he said I'm fucked. And he said something to the effect of, I have a bag packed to get out of here. I was just waiting for him, his dad, to go to sleep, and he was going to go back to Vegas.
Let me ask
So
you a question. Not to
sure,
cut you off, or to
no,
cut
go
you
ahead.
off. Did his dad realize he was a nasty fuck, or was his dad covering for him, or was his dad like um blissfully ignorant?
Well, that's up for interpretation right now. My opinion, yes, his dad's all up in this
Okay.
because when law enforcement went through his media, right, his devices, they could tell that there was more than one person. He had like 5 devices, La, and they were all speaking to underage girls on these advices
How old was
devices.
he?
Hmm?
How old is he?
He was 22 at the time, I believe, somewhere around there.
Man, these type of dudes make my skin crawl, man.
Yeah, but somebody on that account, now they can prove that that account was logged on 2 different devices at the same time. So somebody else is also using that device at that IP address, so at his house. When law enforcement interviewed him, he said, the only people there is me and my dad,
That
right?
could be right. That could be true.
Okay, well, some of the questions asked, now you tell me who this is, if it's this piece of shit or his dad. One of them was asking, hey, would you suck a 40-year-old guy's dick? Would you take him in the bathroom? Would you have sex with an older guy? Kept asking that kind of shit. Do you think that's Kegan or the dad asking that?
How old was the dad? Is the dad?
He was in his 40s. He was in his 40s at the time.
See, that's the thing. His dad didn't necessarily have to ask that question, right?
Right?
And I'm not saying he didn't. It could have been old no neck over here asking because he knew his dad was into that. If you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I do.
So he could
Absolutely
have been
positive.
asking that for his dad, and his dad didn't necessarily have to ask that. I mean, he could have been luring him there to to surprise his dad with this type of nonsense. Because if his dad is one of those type of guys, right, and they're both sick in the head, what if he says, you know what, I want to surprise my dad? I know, folks, this sounds crazy and this is sick, but people do this all the time. Because if he still wants to make his dad proud, maybe he'll try to lure his dad there, these girls there to meet his dad to get this done. So it doesn't necessarily mean his dad had to write it, but it could have been. It could
Hmm.
have been his dad.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I believe it is his dad.
Okay.
And law enforcement says they could tell that it was different people typing it because of the verbiage that they were using, that they were typing. They were using totally different verbiage for the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Older people going to use different words. I know younger people going to do. It's like instead of saying you, you, with older people, younger people would just put you there, like the
Right.
letter U. So depending on how he did things.
Well, they surmised that it was two different people using it. That's what they believe.
I
Uh,
can believe that.
yeah. So when they went to his house and they confiscated all this stuff, right? They
Hmm.
found CSAM on his devices. They found child porn all the way down to 3 years old.
Hmm.
Okay, but they didn't lock him up. Now I don't know how they do it in Philly, but in Florida, law enforcement doesn't play with CSAM. They find some shit in your phone like that, you're going to jail. You want to snitch, you can snitch from your cell, but you ain't just
Yeah.
walking the streets. But they didn't arrest him for 3 years. 3 years. And not only that, a couple days afterwards, he shows up at the police station and says, "Oh, by the way, you guys missed this phone.
He's a
Uh,
dumb fuck
it was
too,
sitting
huh?
on the microwave. You missed this one." He probably knew that they knew of it because of the digital forensics. But
Jesus Christ! I'm
yeah,
never gonna
Alice
get over
wants her
that.
Dunkin's cup back.
Yeah, I
I'm
seen
I,
it.
I'm glad you're drinking Dunkin' Donuts and not Starbucks. I pictured you as a sissy boy Starbucks drinker.
No.
So he brings him this device, and they're able to surmise that he had deleted everything on the device, reinstalled it, and deleted it individually again, and then reinstalled it, so it couldn't be gone through. So all of that, and they say, "Well, where did you get this phone?" He said, "Oh, I found it in a taxi in Vegas." Right. So when they go through his devices, they see that while he's in Vegas, he's looking up online how long does DNA last, and researching a lot about the Delphi case, what's going on with the Delphi case. It was only days old, right? Now, does that mean he did anything? No, but all this shit collectively.
Oh my God, it's evidence like crazy. You put that's all it is. You put a picture together.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
They paint the picture.
Do you know anything about the Marika Benson murder in Philadelphia?
No, but I'll look it up. I'll write
I
it down and check it out.
I'll look at it with you if you want to check it out. Hey, Pamela.
Hmm.
So they don't arrest this guy for 3 years, right? They call him in, and I have the transcript of the. It's not really even an interrogation; it's an interview, and they're definitely using the read technique on this kid. They just didn't do a very good job with it, you know. Yeah, exactly, JQ. The cloud is forever. Yeah, I agree, Locksmith Jeremy. And he just pled out on all charges. He pled out on all charges. But here's the thing. So these girls get murdered. The account that he created spoke to them. He said he didn't give anybody else his devices. Only him and his dad had access to them. But somebody talked to the girls that morning on that account. So and the girls were definitely baited there. There's no way around it. This is not a random act. This Richard Allen guy somehow, some way, either through a screen name or something, there's a connection. He's one of these pedos that was getting into the Dropbox and shit like that. But if you were talking to somebody, right? Say you and I are coin collectors, and we're talking online. We don't know each other's name. We don't know anything about each other. And I tell you, hey, I know a guy that has the coins that you like. And you're like, oh, no shit. Can you put me in touch with him? And I say, yeah, man. He's actually, he's from Indiana, and he's going to be out by the Monon High Bridge. You'd be like, holy shit, I live near there too. Are you local? That's probably
Hmm.
how they found out about each other, talking about girls that were local to that area. And it just makes sense. It just adds up. So somehow, some way, this Richard Allen fucking puke gets the girls' information and finds out that they're going to be at the bridge that day. It's not a random act. He passed so many people that he could have killed that could have been his victims, but he didn't touch any of those. But then he chose these two girls on the bridge. Okay, so you know, to me, anyways, and I'm not knocking anybody else's thoughts or feelings or anything like that. It's just my opinion that he knew they were going to be there because of that account. He definitely knew. So he sees the girls. Hey, CJ, what's up, brother? He sees the girls and he puts his plan into motion. Now, law enforcement has charged him with 2 counts of murder, right? But there's an aggravating factor of kidnapping. That by kidnapping those girls, that's what caused their demise. But getting back to Kegan Kline, I got ahead of myself a little bit. I don't want to overload you with too much on this case because there's a lot, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But he okay. Thanks, Justin. So he doesn't get arrested for 3 years. Law enforcement talks to him, and they tell him that, hey, we know what you're doing, and you know we know what's up. But of course, he doesn't fess up to it, right? They're harping on him about his dad. They're pretty sure that his dad's involved. No, no, my dad's not involved. Da 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 da. So he's kind of selling himself down the river. Okay, he's out on his own with this CSAM stuff, but they're more concerned with the double homicide. So why didn't they arrest him back in 2017 in February? What could have caused them to let him just walk around knowing that he had child porn on his phone? Well, they went through his phone. They went through everything that there is on there. They know what type of person he is. They know who he hangs around with. As a matter of fact, it created one of the largest CSAM ring investigations in the history of Indiana, that Dropbox. Allegedly, this is what the detectives said to him in that interview. Got
They
a
did
super
let him walk
sticker
around for
from
3 years.
Kay. Kay, thank you. Giant pear character waving flags. It's a sticker.
Um,
Thank you
he
so
was
much, Kay.
the only
You're
reason why I
awesome.
think the only reason why I think they would if he was rolling on people, if he was some type of informant.
Right. And even that, man, they gotta be very careful. Now
Well,
you know that they were using his accounts, LA. They used this Anthony Shots account and they kept it going. If he was in jail, people would know he's in jail and that account would be bullshit. But they kept talking to him. The detectives were talking to all these pedos and gathering information the whole time off of his shit, off of his
mhm,
accounts. They do it
yeah,
all the time. They do it all the time. So that's the only thing that I can think of because that baffled me, dude. When I heard that they found all that CSAM and they didn't lock him up. Yes, thank you, Kay. You're awesome. You are a sweetheart.
that could have backfired on them quick,
Yeah.
real easily. That could have backfired on them.
And there's been numerous arrests. Jordan's absolutely right. Since his arrest for CSAM, there's been numerous arrests. So they're starting to chip away at that ring. And from what I understand, it was pretty big,
Oh, I
you
can
know?
bet. I mean, how
Right.
many cops you think was in that?
How many cops were involved with that case?
No, no, no. That got caught up in that ring, like messing with kids themselves.
Oh,
I know
police
the kid.
officers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Every
Oh,
time there's one. Every time
dude.
there's a sting like that, there's always a cop, a
Judges,
mayor, a
lawyers.
judge. Yeah, you name it. Yeah. Um, a lot of Disney employees in Florida. A
Yeah.
lot of Disney employees, but also deputies. There's a lot of
Hmm.
deputies. I know one or two that got busted in my county.
My direct supervisor, he got busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I could. Hey, Steve. Right. Pedo is one thing. Double murder is another. The only thing that they would leave him out for, in my eyes, is because of that double homicide, because of the Anthony Shots account. FBI made the mistake of saying that it could have been one of them for some reason. Couldn't have been one of them for some reason. Yeah, I think, Lynn, I think there was a lot of mistakes made in this case. These people don't know how to handle the press. That is for sure. That's for sure. They're learning quick now, though. You watch, they'll be a lot better if something else happens, which I hope it doesn't. But that area is like a magnet for bad shit. This is that town. It's only 13 miles from Flora,
Yeah,
from
I
that
just said
fire.
I'd never go to Indiana.
Yeah, drive around it like Steve does, right? Go to Vegas.
Mhm.
Go from Biloxi right to Vegas, the long way.
I'd rather drive through Mississippi than and run through China and then come back around and go through that fucking place.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right, and I don't blame you one bit. It's crazy there, but people live there, and there are good people there, and this is really fucking with that community, and it's a travesty. I understand law enforcement has to come keep some shit close to the chest to solve this case. I understand that, but it's time to start letting the cat out of the bag. They made one arrest, so unless there's a bunch more arrests, I thought there would be more by now. After Richard Allen got arrested and shit like that, I thought there'd be more by now. So, anyways, LA, they locked this kid up for CSAM, right? And they let him sit in there, but they pull him out every day. Detectives are talking to him every day, right? But he's not rolling on anybody. Well, then next thing you know, they take him out of the jail and bring him to Grissom Air Force Base, which is by the Wabash River, and they do a 5 week long search in the Wabash River. Not just one or two guys, man. They had the whole gamut there. A lot of money was spent on that search. A lot of money. Yeah, you're right. Steve's absolutely right. With multiple devices and multiple personas, you can create a safe atmosphere. He's absolutely right. We've all seen it. Me, you, and Steve have seen it over and over. You
Hmm.
know, your goose is cooked only in some towns in Indiana. Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, I didn't believe most of it, but I think KKK should have been locked up in 2017. They had a lot of evidence and even admissions in his involvement. Instead, they left him loose for 3.5 years. No
Did you
excuse
say
for that.
KKK, sir? You had
K
it extra.
K K.
No, no, sir. You
Did
said
I say
KKK.
KKK? Oh, I apologize.
Yes,
Wow,
sir.
you're
Too
real
many.
sensitive to that.
Well,
Are
I
you
just
sensitive to that, sir?
yeah. Do it sound like I am? Old
I don't
coon
know.
like
I didn't
me.
call you a coon. I know
Old
that.
coon like me.
Yeah.
Sensitive to that.
Dude, I would never call you that. Not to your face. Yeah, not to
Whatever.
your face.
I've been
Behind your
called
back,
worse.
you don't know what I'm saying.
Mm-mm.
So they take him out, and all of a sudden the river search is done, right? And Richard Allen is being looked at, and he subsequently got arrested. So the dominoes to me is starting to fall. And now that Richard Allen got arrested, things are slowing down. But all of a sudden now, Kegan wants to plead out to all his charges. Now the shit's coming to a head with these murders. Now he just pled out to all his charges. Didn't even want to go to trial. And you and I both know how those CSAM trials go. They have to do a lot of work, man. You got to vet every single person that's a victim. You have to contact them. You have to make sure they're underage at that time. You have to make sure that they're willing to testify or that you can share their likeness. It's not hard to say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So they lose witnesses and they
All the
lose
time.
charges all the
Yes.
time,
So they
all the
had to
time.
have something concrete on that bastard, and if for him to plead out to everything, they must have gave him a hell of a deal.
Well, no, they didn't give him a deal on the CSAM. They haven't sentenced him yet, though. And that's
Mm,
what everybody's holding their breath for. I've never seen that where they're taking this long to sentence and they want some more information on it. To me, it's a if this then that type thing. They're two different prosecutors. They're different counties. They're one county over from each other. So the
mm,
prosecutors work together. They do that all the time. So they're saying, listen, let him plead out and let's see what we can get on Delphi. And he may get charged in Delphi as well. He's definitely involved to some extent. He created that account, and they know that account spoke to one of the girls that day.
mm.
So how does that anybody even consider him not being involved to some extent? Do I think he killed the girls? No, I do not. He may not have even known that that was going to happen. Do you follow
Really,
me?
really,
But
you believe that?
but he made that account. I don't know what to believe. I mean, you can't. I'm already stretching shit as thin as I'm willing to with all of my beliefs in this case. I'm not willing to point the finger right out, but he's definitely involved at some capacity. And if you ask me, he's as guilty as anybody else in this because he facilitated this meeting. Even if he's not the one that was on that account that morning, he created that account, he built that relationship, he groomed those girls. So he is responsible for that. I don't care which way you slice it. He facilitated that event. And I mean, people still aren't sold on Richard Allen being the murderer, being the bridge guy. Or there's a lot of questions. There are because law enforcement is not releasing a whole shitload of information, but they're releasing enough for me, anyways. And if you've seen what I've seen, and you will, if you're interested, La, I don't want to bring you into something that you don't want to look at, but and I know you think that this whole true crime community is crazy, but
That's a fact.
there's good work to be done. There's good work to be done. If you put aside all the bullshit and you latch onto the people that care about the girls, and they're not hard to find, the ones that are genuinely concerned about the girls and solving this case, they're not hard to find at all. The other ones are easy to spot too. But you can work through this shit and you can talk about it. People have different theories. They could be right. I hope they're right. I hope every theory is right. As long as they get this correct and these girls get some justice, nothing's
Yeah,
going to bring them back. But it's better than not knowing. They failed to confiscate KKK's main phone during the search, allowing him to delete evidence that they never recovered. They allowed him to bring the phone in at his convenience. Yes.
that's just weird. I never heard of that before. I
Well,
heard I heard of criminals doing some dumb shit, but that is one I never heard of before.
he hid it in the microwave and they didn't find it. That's not very good search, is it?
No, it's terrible.
That's
No, it's
terrible.
terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible. Especially when you're looking for stuff like that. You know what I mean? Hi, Olivia. But that's just how it is. It's just how it is. Welcome aboard, Lynn. Now you can yell at me in private. In members only chat, you can yell at me. Jinx, thank you so much. Jinx gifted some memberships. She's the bomb.com. Did anyone notice in the documentary they claim the video shows BG following the victims on the trail? The PC says he's seen following victim one. We never see the video following anyone. Yeah, I don't put too much credence on any of that. Okay, I try and believe my own eyes with the things that I look at. I'm not hung up on this whole Photoshop thing with the picture. I've moved past that. Um, the detectives have already turned over everything to the state to prosecute, and so none of that matters. Whether
Yep.
that picture is photoshopped or not does not matter at
Not
this point.
matter. Yeah, it does nothing for the case whatsoever. Once they turn it over to the DA they roll with it. The police doesn't even touch it anymore.
That's
They
it.
actually move on to the next case. So
Yeah.
at this point, the police are not even dealing with this case anymore.
Hi, Brittany.
Until they go to court. And when they go to court, they'll testify to the things that they know, and that's it. They don't even work on the case anymore because they turned it over to the DA.
Mm. The FBI had them all wrapped up in those 3 years because they were making arrests everywhere. And they have been, LA. They've been making all kinds of CSAM arrests, man. They've been putting it on it.
Good. I hope
I
they take
brought
that
some
whole
extra
thing down.
Jinx. Jinx is the bomb. I love Jinx. She's a good kid. Slap the shit out of that like button. Now you're talking, Grizz. All right, we all right again. Hey, Grizz, me and you, we all right. We all
Yeah,
right
y'all
again.
all kind of stingy on the likes, people. I don't know what's going on. Y'all stingy on the likes. I know Ruckus is terrible. He got 66 likes. We got to get that up there.
Well, 66 likes for 6 people in the chat. That's not bad. That's not bad at
Well,
all.
I'm gonna have about two.
Yeah. No, we'll fill it up tonight. We'll
Yeah,
fill
we'll
it up.
see. Hey, Indie Pan.
So what if it was fake? Doesn't matter either way. You're absolutely right. And I've said it before, Jackie, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but at this point, the facts do not matter. It's all about presentation by the attorney, smoke and
Hmm.
mirrors, sleight of hand, all of that, all of that.
Yep, he's 100% right, folks. The DA is going to have to go in there and present the case, and sway the jury. That's all it's about now. It's well, we don't even know if it's a jury trial, do we?
Thank you, CJ. I think, honestly, Kegan, or Kegan, however you say that fat fuck's name, piece of shit, he's already pled out. He just needs to be sentenced.
Yeah. So the judge. So you got to sway the judge and the jury either way.
Right. Now, the
To
judge has asked for, some reports and stuff like that. Yeah, something to say. I agree with you if it wasn't turned over, but it's already been turned over. It doesn't matter if somebody faked it or why. Law
yeah,
enforcement already knows, and it's already been turned over, and it's all part of the case now. And I'm not trying to shut anybody down. Keep doing the work you're doing. I really admire what you guys are doing.
yeah. And I'm gonna give Indiana police the benefit of the benefit one time. If it was fake, I'm pretty sure they would know by now, right? You would think.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, I mean, what do you think? Do you think that they're hiding it from the public to hide corruption, or do you think they're hiding it so that they can get this case done?
you say hiding it? That's strong.
Hiding information,
I
because
don't
there's
think
a
they're
lot of
hiding
theories
anything.
out there that law enforcement is corrupt.
This law enforcement or law enforcement period.
This law enforcement, Carroll County in particular,
That's a
in
strong
particular.
word.
Yeah, I know.
That's a real strong word. Yeah, that's a real
Yeah,
strong word. Incompetent, maybe, but corrupt. You have to. Sometimes those lines are blurred. So
yeah.
I
Okay,
don't
I
want
knew
to
what
see
you
it.
meant. I knew you didn't mean Photoshop. I was just saying, just bringing that up. The PC was just enough to make the arrest, and there was plenty of PC in there to arrest this guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
good point. Bossy said he didn't plead out; he changed his plea to guilty. So he's basically no deal, and the DA made that very clear that there was no deal in this case. That he's pleading out and he's going for whatever they give him. So thank you, Bossy, for correcting that. Yes, we don't have the original photo. Law enforcement didn't even put that photo out. I think somebody else did. It was a Snapchat photo. L.A. And is it suspect? Yes, absolutely. I looked at it, but if law enforcement thought it was photoshopped, then they would know. They would know. They're not that dumb. People think that they're just dumb fucks. They don't have access. If we can figure it out on YouTube, they've already figured it out. Trust me, they're not that dumb. Although sometimes I wonder, this case
they
has made
they're
me
making it
question.
hard. They're making it hard, ain't they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Deja vu. Send me a message in Discord. I'll take a look at that for you. So once they arrested this guy Richard Allen, right? Anytime he puts paperwork, his attorneys put paperwork in, it seems like either the same day or a day or two after, Kegan Kline's attorneys put paperwork in, and vice versa. It's definitely a good old boy town, Locksmith Jeremy. No doubt about that. No doubt about it. But I just can't see the corruption. There would have to be so many people involved to cover that up. It would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
Almost unheard of.
that's why I say the lines are blurred a lot of the times. You can't call it one thing when you don't know because
Right.
stupidity and corruption is two different things. But once again, the lines can be blurred where you think somebody can be so stupid that you automatically think they corrupt, but that's not necessarily the case.
Hmm. Now, David, they may or they may not, but just my experience. Okay, Richard Allen is not acting like an innocent person. He has not waived his right for a speedy trial. He should have had a trial within 70 days. If he was innocent, he would have said, I don't give a fuck what evidence you have. I don't care what you have. I want to go to trial now. Prove it. You got to prove it. But he's not, and he's postponing things, and they're trying to get a bond hearing. They know good goddamn well they're not going to get a bond. Nobody's going to let that son of a bitch out of jail. It's not going to happen. And he is innocent until proven guilty, and I do believe in due process. But his actions and the way things are going tells me that he is guilty of something. Otherwise, he would have waived his right to a speedy trial. None of this shit with, oh, I want a bond hearing. They just want to know what the state has. That's what that bond hearing is for. They want to see what the state has so that they can work a better deal. And if there are other people involved, which I believe there are, the first one in is going to get the best deal. Kegan Kline probably already got it. Probably already got it. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets immunity. Not at
Hmm.
all.
Wow.
And I've seen people with worse charges than Kegan. Third, fourth time offense. Third, fourth time offense.
Get immunity.
Hang on one second. Yeah, hang on one second.
You see, he making me do all the work for him, folks, with that terrible ass green screen in the back of him. I don't know if I'm even getting involved in this case. It seemed like this is one of them cases where I go deep down a rabbit hole, and I don't even know if I want to even deal with it. One thing for sure, I will watch it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do anything on my own because it seems like it's just so much and there's so many moving parts. But one thing for sure, I'm never going to Indiana. Holy shit, Mel, you need to get the fuck out of Indiana. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on over there. I don't know if everybody just that stupid there or what. Who the hell is Carrie Timmons? Yeah, it is heartbreaking. I mean, it's heartbreaking. Um, but I'm so glad they taking
Sorry
that
about
ring
that.
down. I'm so glad the FBI was on it to take that child predator ring down. And a lot of these discords and everything else, they're good, but they're also lurking places for predators, man. And that's one thing you always got to be aware of.
Mm.
They are lurking grounds for predators.
And they're good at what they do, man.
Yeah, you
They're
got to
very
think
good at what they do.
they got to be one step ahead of law enforcement, so they have to be.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I've seen what I started saying is I've seen people with worse charges than him, second and third time offenders, get time served in probation.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, you got to register as a sex offender as well. Half of them don't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. There's just not enough staff to keep up with these people, trust me. Probation and parole officers, they average 400 people in Florida. 400
Yeah, they
people. How can any one person keep track of 400 people every month?
yeah they overworked, underpaid.
Yeah, but first thing that happens when he's on parole and he does something fucked up, why wasn't there somebody watching him? You know?
Mel says it's quite pleasant. No, it's not, Mel. Between your dog and all these people running around here stabbing everybody, I'll stay the fuck out of there.
Crime to sleep. What's up, buddy? If Kagan knew Richard Allen was involved, he would have sang like a bird a long time ago. R.A. used this clown as cover. It's hard to say. We're going to find out pretty soon. But I think that Keegan's not smart, but they couldn't crack him because he's so stupid. They couldn't crack him. Yeah, he could have done that years ago, bossy. You're right. Why all of a sudden now that things are starting to roll, all of a sudden Kegan Kline wants to change his plea to guilty. You know? Yeah, I feel bad for Carrie too, and that documentary that Fig put out, he did an amazing job. A and B, it put the family back in the light where they belong. To me, I'm not one of these people that's blaming the family for anything. Um, if you have proof that they did something, that's one thing. But to speculate with the family, La, who does law enforcement look at first when there's a murder committed? Who do they look at first?
The family, the husband and wife, the mom, the dad, they always look at them first.
Cousins, aunts, uncles,
Yeah, yeah.
and they look at them. It's not just like they take a look; they look at them. So,
No,
and
yeah.
that's why I'm very confident that the family's not involved. Other people think that they are. Friends of mine think that they are, and
Really?
we just don't talk about it. Because I don't agree with it, and they know that I don't agree with it, but they're pretty sure, they're confident in it. So have at it. I mean, but just don't involve me with it because I'm not with it. I'm not with family bashing or even accusations or even just suggestive comments.
Hmm.
To me, it's uncalled for to me. But what do I know? I'm
You're just a
stupid.
you're just a dumbass cop.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I've got to wrap this up pretty soon here. I've got to take some care of something here that I was not expecting that I was going to have to. So, yeah, I would love to get Carrie on the show. I would love it.
Hey,
I
Lakeside
would love
Justice.
it. And if I
Like I said,
skipped
folks,
anybody, I apologize.
yeah, my show is tonight at 8:05, folks. If you're not subscribed to LA Wilkes Thin Black Line, please do. It's gonna be a good show tonight. I would love to get. I'm gonna do on Fridays we do open panels, so anybody allowed to come up on the panel and to give your opinion on this New York guy that choked somebody out on the subway. Like I said, me and Ruckus, we have an opinion on it. I don't think a lot of people who it's gonna go against what a lot of people think they might think we think, if that makes sense. So
Hmm.
we think about it in other aspects, but it's gonna be interesting. So if anybody wanna get on the panel tonight and share their opinions, the locker room is a place to do it. Just don't come in, butt all butt hurt, because we do say some things on there that will hurt your feelings.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah,
Kay, I don't know why she. I know Ellie would not tell her that stuff. Let's just leave it at that. I'm really
yeah,
done with the whole Lilith thing. She ghosted me, so I have my opinion of her. I'm going to keep it to myself. It's not good or bad. It is what it is. But I gave her an opportunity to come back, and I guess she doesn't want to. So
yeah. I
anything you
can't wait
need
to
from
talk
her,
about
you're going to have
it.
to get from somebody else.
She's crazy. She's crazy.
Do you think
Yeah.
that? Do you really think that?
Yes, man. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to wind this down. I'm going to kick LA loose. What time are you going to do yours?
I'm glad you listen a lot, cop. 8:05 p.m. tonight. Like I said, the link is in there. Mel dropped it. James dropped it a bunch of times. Please, like I said, it's going to be an open panel tonight. I want everybody to come up and give your opinion on it, and it's going to be a good show. It's my first show back in a week, so I might be a little rusty.
Yeah,
So
it'll be
look at
fun.
No Chaser. No Chaser. Don't be giving Ruckus all this fucking money. You ain't giving me none tonight. Don't be
What are you
giving the white
talking
man all this
about?
money. No Chaser just gave you some money.
Who?
No Chaser. You about to see it. No
No, that
Chaser,
ain't.
one of my mobs. How you gonna tell me that's
No
not? I
Chaser's a
just
good dude. Super
one of
chat
my
from No
mobs.
Chaser.
Yeah,
Ruckus, LA, what's good? Not much, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate super chat,
yeah,
man.
he one of the
I'll see.
best.
I'll see you tonight
Yeah, on the locker room.
on
All
LA.
right, folks.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him
Yeah,
some viewers over there, so I'll come over.
you son of a bitch. That's not funny. All right, folks. Enjoy your night.
All right,
All
take it
right,
easy, buddy. I'll see you
all
later.
right. All right.
All right, guys. That was my boy LA. Um, Jumped on here. I want. This is just another case of me dropping something on him that he doesn't know anything about, just like the floor fire. I wanted to get his honest opinion. Um, Everybody that came in and hit the like button, I appreciate it. You guys are all fantastic. I really appreciate the support. It's the reason I do this, to be honest with you, to give a law enforcement point of view. And got a super chat from Jeremy, not to be outdone. Thank you, Jeremy. $5. Uh, LA and I like to give our opinion, and the opinion we have on the case that we're going to talk about tonight may surprise some of you. ATS, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. It may surprise some of you. Others that know me will not be surprised because I'm a prick with ears to start with. Everybody knows that. And I do what I want. But I'll catch you guys over on LA Wilkes, Thin Black Line. He's doing the locker room tonight. His link's in the channel. And don't take any wooden nickels. You guys have a great night. My name is Ruckus. Thanks for hanging out. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm 10-7.